I've got two poems and two pieces, but I'll read one from here, and then we'll go back. Why do we walk back over there? But then we'll walk back over there, and then we can start, because there's some musical pieces as well, there's poems as well, so we'll just kind of mix it up, and we'll see whoever the spirit moves to go next, or something like that. So, but I wanted to start with the piece over here, actually. And it's this piece right here. The Summer Run. It's by James W. Leslie. This was one of the pieces that...
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Miles Booty. And one of the pieces that spoke to me, so here's the poem that I came up with. After Summer Run by James W. Leslie. Such an ordinary marvel to come across. This unspoiled world, light bedazzled, deep green, transport to the very point of creation, as we can hope to be as new natives here, discovering ourselves once again in this primeval forest paradise, our own slice of the Garden of Eden, calling us back from the con of our burning world.
Water. Willow?
Is it okay if I record also?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, absolutely.
As long as I don't screw it up.
Okay.
I'm going to keep this as a cheat sheet over here.
The artist's name is Emily Gibbs.
Yes.
Yes.
Emily's here.
Fortunately, she's here. No wonder. Really.
And what's your name, John?
Okay. My name is John Arliss, or John Arliss Rakauskas, or sometimes John Rakauskas. So musically, it's John Arliss. All right. Ekphrastically, this painting really made me recall something that was already written. So I think that still classifies as being ekphrastic. But the Edgewater in that scene is certainly one of my favorite places. So I related to that. The trail leads down from the hill to the bay, down from the hill to the blue of the bay. The green grass grows on the way, all the way down to the bay. Everything will fail with the morning mist. The summer day's just begun. The air runs clear, gentle breeze on high under the sun. Still quiet under the sun. And the trail leads down from the hill to the bay, down from the hill to the bay. All the way down to the wall. The birds celebrate the pre-good day, singing up the breath of the calm. The clouds in the sky turn dark to light, green trees stand tall. Trees stand tall. The trail leads down from the hill to the bay, down from the hill to the blue bay. Sweet all the way down to the river. Listen to the river of the water touching the sea. The water and the sun is a peace throughout the sky. Now when the baby's ready on white sails puffing in the breeze, the rising sun up against the sky, all around the field of leaves, all around the field of leaves. And the trail leads down from the hill to the bay, down from the hill to the blue bay. The breeze my soul's gonna play, all the way down to the bay. The green grass slopes and the green all the way down to the bay.
I'm Haley Schwenk. I'm going to be reading a poem inspired by Embrace Seagrass, right here by Charlotte Lees. I embrace you, Cleveland, from your beach grass to your newest shiny skyscraper, your crooked river with rusty bridges that rise or pivot or lift. I embrace your never-ending lakefront development projects, almost champion baseball teams, opportunity dreams, your now shuttered, now spewing fire and smoke steel mills. I embrace you the way you embraced me, neighborhood kids helping clear snow, strangers moving my overfilled yard waste bags to the tree lawn, saying, "You go ahead," in the grocery store. Your exuberance is catching. Your delight in meeting someone who chose to live here, even as you shake your head in disbelief. I embrace you, Cleveland.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're responding to City Limits by Charlotte Lees.
Yes, sure. It's the same artist that Taylor just read home.
Oh. Okay. So I'm Arlie Savage. I play the bassoon, mostly an orchestral musician, but also an electroacoustic musician. So I'll be working with looping some layers. Yeah.
And I'm Miles Budener, as you probably already know. And I'm a percussionist, as you call it. Drummer, percussionist.
Greg Snadel, live in Old Brooklyn. I'm a tree steward, and my whole life has been devoted to nature. I have a half-acre nature preserve behind my house. I remember about 10 years ago, the first time I went to West Creek, I was walking through one of their trails, and I looked up. That's the scene I saw. These beautiful trees, and it was like so majestic. This is called The Woods at Noon by Barb Murnane, I guess. If you don't mind, these have some pictures, and I just want to, this will make the poem a little bit clearer. Thank you for this intermission. At the time that I went there, they had a event called Trails for Tales, and you took your dog, and I didn't have a dog, but and it's in my car. I was ashamed to bring it in here. It's a stuffed sheepdog, absolutely beautiful. And so this is what I wrote when I saw this. It's called A Tree, a Dog, and Me. Walking the woods, I felt eyes looking at me, what I believed was a sycamore tree. Through its splotched plates of tan, green and brown, its camouflage bark from on high looked down. Continuing on, a black cherry tree found, potato chips burnt, all perfectly wound. Its younger bark different, with smooth reddish bark, surrounded by hyphens, one of a kind mark. What's this? Shag bark hickory, bark hanging like hair, like a sheepdog's eyes to protect from sun's glare. Oh yes, I have one. Harry's gray with some white, sleeps on my sofa all day through the night. I took him one day to Trails for Tales. Everyone loved him, this poor pup so frail. An inquisitive boy came up to my side, asked, why do I hold him? To which I replied, he's tired, it's hot, he's old as can be, he sleeps a lot, as you can see. How old is Harry? The little boy asked. I said 24, as more people we passed. Where did I get him? What does he eat? Do I trim his hair around his eyes or his feet? We reached the hilltop with water cups round. I gently put Harry, feet splayed on the ground. Coming back down to where everyone was, the boy looked in my eyes and asked me because he never saw Harry turn over or bark. I saw in his eyes this, I know you lied, son. No, he's not real. The dog that I had died years ago. Since then I've been sad. I take him for walks like my old dog Bear. It makes Harry happy and me that I care. The boy wasn't mad. He gave Harry a hug. I'm sorry for you. He turned with a shrug.
Oh, that's so great.
Submission, our first ever international submission to the Ekphrastic Poetry Venue at Greenwell Gallery. It's based on this piece by James W. Leslie. It's called November Brisk. And this comes to us from a fellow named Howard Osborne. I don't know if it's any relation to Ozzy, I'm not sure. But he's from the UK, he's a UK citizen, he's a retired fellow, and he wrote a poem based on this. I don't know how he got or saw the piece. It's kind of a mystery. This is a mystery poem by a mystery poet. The piece is not a mystery, it's right here. The poet is. And it's called Memories in the Wires. Cool in the November sun, that rocky path leading up, reminiscent of how it was, yet thankfully still is now. Except the telephone poles in a line between the trees, but wires now rarely used. Calls are now in the ether, but it is the silence I love. And as I stand here alone, yet grateful for this view, never lonely, but inspired, encouraged by the breeze, I will follow that pathway.
Wow, it's tickling my feet. My name's Greg Snadel. This is The Sanctuary by Tierra Grayson. When I saw this, it reminded me of the church on Pearl and Memphis, the church that is one of the only remaining historic buildings being saved. If you go by that corner, you'll notice all the historic buildings around that have been destroyed. You can see all the equipment outside. The church is the last thing that is a remnant of our neighborhood. And this church remembers all the buildings that used to be there, the A&P, the Woolworths, the Glenn's restaurant. And this is called St. Luke's, my valediction. It's like a goodbye from St. Luke's. High from top my tower, I'd greet the sun's first ray. I'd see old Brooklyn waken and people go their way. How times have changed from the ragman on his wagon. As it goes through history, what's next I can't imagine. My friends, the stores around me, here today and gone the next. Why they disappeared, I always was perplexed. A&P and Woolworth, shoe stores there were plenty. Men's and ladies' dress shops, now there aren't any. The brick roads all resurfaced with asphalt and blacktop. The trolley tracks torn out, the changes were nonstop. The once great Broadview Theater with its welcoming marquee was there at Broadview Pearl for a passerby to see. But the Broadview like the Glen, now Family Dollar, CVS, now Blue Jean Sweatshirt Alley, no more reason to get dressed. Memphis Elementary, built before my time, now an empty field, a dispensary of wine. How I miss the sound of kids coming home from school, who signed off to tear her down, what I thought was cool. The last remaining relics of relatives in town, my family's tree, it seems, has slowly been chopped down. And now the Green Line building, my buddy and my friend, though the fights have been valiant, you're coming to an end. I love looking down at this V-shaped edifice, all the stories that lived here, everyone I missed. Tailoring by Mary, Maria Barbarette, both of you a fixture. You're leaving, I'll regret. An architect, a dentist, the long-lived flower basket, now each empty building, a tomb, forgotten casket. And my history museum, I give you my goodbye. I hear you and your friends giving way to some high rise. I survived the worst of storms, the blizzard of 13, the storm of 1950, so many I have seen, the flood of 59 causing damage to our zoo, and perhaps worst of all, when Sandy's wrath whipped through. Water leakage, sun-worn wood, or years of long neglect. Rapacious groups, evil plans, or long-time disrespect will weaken my desire to pay homage to my friends, to those who went before me. My story is yet to end. Perhaps one day I will become part of history with just my name a neuron in your memory. And that bell towers have reminded me of the church.
So I picked this piece here, which is called Winter Lake by Elizabeth Emery. And it spoke to me because I love, I've been doing this series on photographs of ice during the winter time. And so this one, I don't know, maybe that's why I naturally gravitate towards this one because it's got the same kind of color palette. Gray, blue, but that's not all, right? So this is After Winter Lake by Elizabeth Emery. In the dead of frozen February, under slate gray skies, still and deep, messily as life does, a burst of crimson, spectacular scarlet, insists on its presence, survival's signal flare, in the cold blue stillness of winter's sleep, bright reminder of life's timeless promise.